Hello everyone, this is Grizzly, and welcome to my thoughts video of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'll give it a score in the end, and I'll try to keep it as little on spoilers as I can. So, let's start. I just finished the game yesterday. I spent 120 hours on it. I did the story missions, all the areas, or locations, or territories, whatever you want to call it. And I killed every order member there is. So, I start at the beginning. The beginning of the game is great. The first 10 hours it's kind of hard to explain. It flows kind of different from normal. It's a great introduction to Eivor, Sigurd, the crew, everyone from the village. Your main cast. It's a great introduction to Randvi, everyone. Velka, every single character you are introduced is quite likable and it's different. I like the Norway as a territory or location. It's beautiful, but you can't understand why Eivor and Sigurd want to leave there. Because it's only snow and ice. At least where they live. In the mountains. So, after you play the story, I'm not going to say why, but you leave to settle England. And there, you get yourself this one place or village you're going to settle and build up. That's where the game starts to become like a normal Ubisoft open world game. You pledge yourself to a territory, make the story missions, take it, go there, and then you start doing the missions there. It's like 3 to 5 hours depending on location, size, and how much side missions you do. Sometimes I spent like 10 hours to a place when I did all the side content, stuff like that. And that's the crux of it. I'm not going to say how many, because I can't remember from the top of my head how many areas there are. There are quite a few. And in every area, you're going to have new characters who are going to make allies for yourself. The whole point is to get yourself allies so you can settle England peacefully and not have to worry about things. So you go there, you make allies with the characters, various historical figures of England of the time, from the various historical figures from there, from the late 800s. And that's how it goes. Most of the areas or the locations, territories you're going to are great. They're focused, there's good story, good characters. All the locations feel quite different. I have my favorites, but I'm not going to say which one of them it is. It's the one with Yule in it. But yeah, so that's the main crux of it. You're going to have to take over the territories or gain allies from territories to continue the main plot. Which, after you do, I don't know if it's you have to do the specific area, or if you have to take, you have to gain 3 allies before it continues, and that's how it goes for the whole way through. There are some side things that you don't have to do, but are great, and they're great to, watch and do the side activities and the side areas you open up. They give you a lot of good story. Then, let's go on to the movement combat. The combat looks great. It looks great. It's great to play, but you have to switch out your weapons. It's going to get really monotonous if you don't. It's going to feel so samey. If you just stick to the axes, it's going to ruin the game for you. If you don't, at least put something on your other hand, like a spear or a two-handed sword when you get the chance. Do that. And it's a little buggy. It's because I don't know if it's animation based. Yeah, that's how it feels like. that if your animation misses, you miss. It's not. Yeah. It can feel a bit unresponsive sometimes and buggy. So with the movement. The movement's quite same as in Origins and Odyssey. And that's really quite what I want to say about it. The ending is quite lackluster. The last like 5 hours is like a 7. The game itself is an 8, but the ending's a 7. It doesn't make it worse. It doesn't ruin the game because it's just 5 hours, but it makes me quite dislike some characters and think how dumb they are. They somehow feel like they're somehow, quite dumb for not realizing some things, and they saw something happen, but then they don't, react to it in any way. They don't put it together, but they should. It's part of the story. And but yes, that's it about the ending. So, what I have to say to anyone who's interested in this game is, if you like Assassin's Creed games and Ubisoft open world games, it's a great buy for $60. If you don't like Ubisoft open world games or Assassin's Creed, then it's quite hard to say. It is the normal Ubisoft open world game. It doesn't change. It's like every other open world game Ubisoft made. The same kind of way you do it, the towers, everything is the same. It looks different. It feels a bit better, the combat. Well, I don't know. The weapons feel different. There are some things that are different. But it is in the best and the worst ways a Ubisoft open world game. So, my final score for the game is an 8. I would have, if it feels a bit stretched out. Well, I know it's 100 hours if you want to do some side missions and stuff. It's quite stretched out. If it's be like 50, 60 hours, like Odyssey, I'd probably think different. But you could have made it a bit tighter and not made this long, and it would have been better. It might have been a 9, even. But the ending kind of brings it down. But the beginning of the story is great introduction to the mechanics and stuff like that. So, we'll go with an 8. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Bye.